interrupt the team, but we're going to go ahead and load on in. Of course, it's our second game of the night between MME and ISC. This pretty much dictates who will likely have a shot at making it out of the group.
But a lot of pressure on these guys to try and take this win, and it will have to be the first of many if they want to successfully make it out of this group, as you said.
Yeah. Our other match happening on our community stream right now, that is, of course, between Law and TNC. You guys can check that out also on the channel. If you guys want to keep up to date, you can have both streams open at the same time.
Wow.
You can watch both of them. It's that easy.
What kind of magical technology is this?
It's called We Got Another Stream Key. It's not too crazy. We tried the camera thing last time around, but it wasn't showing up on mobiles apparently. So we decided, okay, well, we'll change that one back. Do it. Aha!
Press it. Lee Syndrome.
Strikes him at the heart. That's MME are ahead.
That's true.
Easy. That's the secret there.
This is I wonder what kind of the lore kind of is, because if you take the Monk versus royalty kind of situation, like monks have always been this kind of group that say, you know what, I do what I want.
Well,
like warrior monks.
I think the big thing with Jarvan and like Garen and Demacia is they're very anti-magic in a lot of senses.
Yeah,
that's why like that's why we saw during the Sylas cinematic, like Garen is the true anti-magic everything. It seems here they're more for physical strength, and you know, maybe they got some respect for Lee Sin. He can literally fight blind and kick you and punch you.
We're looking at very standard starts coming in from both sides right now. Neither team opting for positions around the Scuttle Crab early on. Very impressive vision control coming from ISC. You have to take note of that as they take control over these neutral camps.
I've been liking this though from a lot of these teams where they try and put down this early-ish ward that's in this brush in the river. Usually it's when they're starting to go into the lane, they'll put that one down. It spots out the junglers every time they go for that scuttle. Yeah. So now they have really good knowledge of where Jarvan is actually. He decided to rush down to the scuttle instead of opting to take another camp. Now going to go ahead, take his blue, and then go to the Gromp.
There are a lot of additional benefits from that as well. You get to watch out for vertical jungling in case it happens. So honestly, it's sort of a default kind of thing at this point. Even in solo queue, a lot of players are just looking at it as, oh, you have to be doing this if you want to watch out for these camp pickups and potential vertical jungling. Whereas Lee Sin is a little bit ahead right now, looking to try and move in through counter jungle. I think the ward.
You can assume something's going on right here with Lee Sin. It's a little bit of a weird path, but again, going to go up for that Gromp, get some early aggressive counter jungling right away. Try and steal that away from the Jarvan. Nothing too crazy at the moment. This is also going to be a pretty brawler matchup up in the top lane for the first couple levels. I want to see whether or not this Aatrox tries to go aggressive, or if they try and go make a play here with the Lee Sin.
Might be possible. The Lee Sin is going to be equipped with a decent amount of damage in the early game.
Oh, they didn't know. There we go. Going to jump on with the Leap Strike. Counter Strike is available. Not going to be able to land, though. They do force the flash down. Bot lane, though, instantly a quick headbutt. Pulverize going to land. They get the stun, but they're not able to do a whole lot of damage. And now this gets turned on back. The Seeker's going to land. They get the stacks available. One more will do it. Waiting for some cooldowns, and with the press the attack, still a lot of damage. Honestly, AIM at this point is in a pretty risky scenario, but hey, here comes the Jarvan to join in on the fight. Cathy and Rain's going to trade back some damage. They do get the flash off the Janna. Did not opt to actually use the Ignite there to try and finish off the Alistar, though.
Kind of a weird play. If they knew that there was going to be the Jarvan coming down their bot lane pretty soon, could have just held off on the Alistar's engage, and that would have been a lot more reliable. Would have been able to find a kill much easier there.
Oh, that tornado wasn't enough, though. A beautiful flash forward, though, with the knock-up. Ignite's ticking, though, and First Blood goes onto the Kai'Sa. They try and trade back underneath. Now the Jarvan rejoins in onto the fight. It's only going to be a 1-for-1. That was a bit of a messy one.
What?
Speaking of messy, what's 1-8 doing in the mid lane?
What
under the second tier. Up in top lane, there's a counter strike too. It's able to land in ISC. It starts crumbling apart there.
No,
oh no!
you're kidding.
He does it too. Zay starting off strong on the Jax. Grandin, what the heck's going on?
Kills going off everywhere there. What is going on right now? All across the board. Everybody's looking for a fight.
He's teleporting back here.
All right, I have so much to say right now. Okay, let's
Right, you're good. You're good. You're good. You're good.
All right, let's start from the top. Let's start from the top. So the fight started down the bot lane. I want to criticize the fact that they wasted the reliable engage coming in from the Alistar when the Jarvan was coming in. Okay, that's been said. The fight kind of panned out a little bit awkward. I felt like the Alistar had a better opportunity if he didn't end up taking a free chunk of damage by walking back in division. But you know that's not a big deal. The rest of the way that fight panned out, the flash coming in from the Kalista, from the Kai'Sa was too late, and that with the Janna already dead, there wasn't a value there. So trying to waste it flash there and the top side. Oh my goodness.
It's hard to catch Zay on this Jax, especially if there's minions nearby. You can just leap strike to safety. It's really hard to get him with the chains.
It is. And up at the top side, very just textbook kind of situation. While we're talking a little bit about how Jax is going to be a little bit difficult for the Aatrox to deal with once you hit that mid game. But right now, Jax playing very well, has found the early game advantage as well, knowing that the Aatrox didn't have that flash. Able to take great use of that. Mid lane, just the pressure, the wave clear coming in from the Ryze, and the Azir being forced to decide between the two, between harassing the Ryze and between trying to wave clear. And that ended up costing a lot of the Ryze's health. AZ kill coming in from the Lee Sin. Not much else to be said.
This is the part of the game that you dread as Azir the early game because you don't have that Nashor's Tooth or any attack speed.
Yeah.
Once you get that first item, it feels a little bit better. Also, when you get a couple points into your soldiers because they get a little bit more attack speed passively. So far, so good, it seems, for MME. They're able to find themselves a small gold lead. 700 in their pockets. They got the first blood, too, onto the Kai'Sa. It is a BF sword, so I want to keep track whether or not this gets another pickaxe. Instead, it might be just getting a little bit more attack speed there.
Hextech Flash coming in from the Alistar, but not going to be used.
Behold, I moved nowhere.
Meanwhile, yeah, talking about the potential double pickaxe pickup from the Kai'Sa, I'm feeling the way that the Kai'Sa is building right now, it might not be the case. She might just opt to go for a completed item instead and just wait for the natural AD growth to get the Acantian Rain upgrade. Engage coming in, no vision for the
Wait,
Janna.
did they not see aim there? Okay. They get themselves a quick burst of damage. Doesn't do a whole lot, but I wonder what's going on there. There's not a lot of respect coming out against this Alistar who's channeling Hex Flash.
Yes.
In lane. That's you usually don't get away with that.
He is Hex Flashing from brush to brush, so they have no vision of him entering the nearer brush.
It's like he's Spider-Man.
Yeah.
He's just like sneaking in.
So they don't see him, so they don't have a ward there. So they're just kind of like, oh, there's no way, because we saw him go into the back brush, but he's channeling Hex Flash into the play there. That could have been a very, very fresh situation. If they had saved that strategy for when the Jarvan was around, yeah, I could have seen that being a kill.
And takes me back to the days of messing around with what bot lane did we used to play? And we were pretending we were playing like Yu-Gi-Oh or something. We had a Twisted Fate and then a Cho'Gath that would hide in the brush and then flash out every time they threw out a card. And it was like, surprise, I summoned Cho'Gath. There's also a Jarvan nearby. It's going to go ahead and clear out the control board. Man, if we had Hextech Flash back in the day, we wouldn't have to wait 3 minutes or 5 minutes every time to do that.
Remember when they were like, Proto Belt was a thing? And then you're like, wow, Proto Belt's coming out. When the amount... Like, that minuscule amount of mobility back then was, like, mind-blowing.
You're like, oh, I can dash, like, 100 units.
And then now we have, like, the Akali ult.
Yeah, we have Akali ult. We also have, like, Akali, her shuriken that, you know, once you land it, you just
Camille
follow them.
You know, it's all these spells.
All
like,
the mobility in the game is starting to...
It's
creeping.
Creep.
It's creeping up.
Yeah.
It has to, though. You gotta add some fresh...
Absolutely. I mean, it's you get it up there, and then after a while, you taper it down. It's a natural cycle. So right now, the game is slowing down a little bit. A lot of the jungle camps from the Lee Sin have already been picked up. So I feel like the next big neutral objective to be picked up, to be contested is probably gonna be that Rift Herald. The Dragon could be a nice pickup, but it's difficult for the Kai'Sa and the Janna to set up a fight, and it's difficult for the Alistar and the Ezreal, and even with the Jarvan, to try and translate a catch into a full-blown kill.
Here, Darks and them do have the lane to themselves, so they can push this into tower if they wish to.
Look at this Aftershock Rise.
Lethal Temple Lethal Tempo Azir. I'm so happy.
Aftershock Rise.
I don't care. Lethal Tempo.
He does no damage to the Rise.
That is true. That is true. That's a bit annoying.
Yeah, look at this. It's so easy.
I'll
to
be frank
sustain
though, as Azir, you're not looking to always be the. You're trying to get in at the heart of the team like that Kai'Sa. If you get one good, he's also got bone plating. This is the tankiest Rise you can deal with.
Yeah.
He's like, oh, I got a shield. Oh, you can't do him not a lot of damage here or there. Okay, so it looks like they were able to get themselves some ward coverage, though, on the side of ISC onto that dragon. So MME, even with that push, they decide not to do anything with it, and they are looking to rotate toward possibly mid lane.
Bit of rotation coming in from the bot lane.
Oh. He's trying. Emperor's Divide knocks the Rise over toward the Jarvan. Coming on over. The Realm Ward isn't able to get him to safety, and there's that impact we were finally waiting to see as the kill goes on over to Kanji.
Bit of a misplay, a little bit of a misplay. I can respect the idea, the intention behind it. The execution was a little bit
It was
sloppy
very
there.
telegraphed. I'm actually
Yeah.
shocked Kerprit decided not. What? Okay, well they dove the Jackson top lane. Meanwhile, we have ISC trying to get some ward coverage. This might not work out. That's a very late Alistar ultimate. They get themselves the Ignite. Killer Instinct, though, brings the Kalista back into the fray. That's an Azir, though, that does not have the Emperor's Divide available. Uses Flash, doesn't have any more mobility. Going to maybe try and get the pick off here. True Shot Barrage not available, was already used during the fight. I criticize aim there a bit. You ended up using the Alistar ultimate so late. And we might still see it.
Oh
Woo!
no, that's a big miss.
Happy Feet. They still find themselves the kill, but the
Oh
Rise.
my goodness,
Kerprit!
no!
Oh, he gets back on over. He's able to find the kill. They're going to try and collapse here onto the Jarvan. That, or we do see Leo going to try and sneak his way between the towers. Halo, there's a John. Knocks him back into tower. Oh, Tyne. That was sick.
Respectable
I
play.
told you, Grandin.
Respect the...
It's the aggressive Janna coming in.
The flank Janna.
You never want to. Oh, boy.
You
Angie.
never want to see flank Janna.
Okay, okay. So, after all of that, there was a solo kill up in top lane. We also had themselves a little bit of a tussle down in bot. Aimed, he used that ultimate so late during the
Yeah,
fight that
that's
it
a-
doesn't do anything.
Exactly. He
You
had like
prevent-
100 health.
Yeah, so you're gonna make it so you can take an extra 50 damage before you die. Pretty much.
I'm not sure what happened there. That was so weird.
I think they were trying to go for a full
bait.
disengage, but let's take a look here up toward top lane on exactly what happened. It looks like just a simple dive onto Zay. Yeah, you got the Jarvan coming on over. They push it in. They get some chip damage. Should be an easy one. Oh, yeah. All right.
Just a solid, yeah, that's just a solid play, solid setup. You push in the wave, you go for the dive. That's just how you play out that lane. Meanwhile, MME managed to find the dragon for themselves. 7-4, they still have a little bit of an early game advantage, and the power is where you want it to be for the most part. I mean, 2 kills on that Janna isn't always what you want, but you do still have quite a bit of power in that Rise, quite a bit of power on that Kai'Sa.
Zay was looking to chase down the Aatrox. Marsh, though, gets back to safety. First dragon of the game went on over to MME. It's going to be an Ocean Drake. You'd kind of like that, actually, on the side of ISC. Because then you'd be able to mana regen on your poke. Ezreal wouldn't have to keep on going back. He's going to build tier, though, anyway. He's going to have so much mana. Also, the Azir would like that, too. See, though, like you mentioned, there's also a Rift Herald. Let's take a look here toward this mid lane once again.
There's pretty easy setup coming in for the Rise, just clearing out the wave, and this is Aftershock Rise running into your face.
Oh, yeah.
Walks out. Look at how little damage he's taking. Yeah? See, look at how little damage he's taking. The turret coming in as well. The Emperor's Divide, everything coming out. The little tempo did actually manage to proc, and even then, totally ineffective against the Rise.
Yeah, until you get a Void Staff or something on that Azir, you're not going to be doing a whole lot of damage to Kerprit.
Oh, this is a misplay coming in. The Jax opting for this recall means that this turret is likely going to get taken down.
That's
the
cool.
Rise moving in, though, that he might be able to barely catch it in time. But
Is this actually a smart idea, Kerprit? You're
Yeah.
jumping in underneath a tower that's not going to exist anymore.
Yeah.
The rest of the team, though, they're still pretty scared of him. They have the Cataclysm, and they're just letting him do enough damage. Are they going to fully actually go for this? No, they're running away. Kerprit is just too scary.
The right play is to back off. The
Ah,
level
Lee Sin.
11 Rise here Along the Lee Sin coming in, they were smart to not go for this fight. I doubt they could have bursted out the Rise. The Aftershock and Bone Plating would have given too much additional tankiness to the Rise for them to kill him. So that was going to be an easy... that was a pretty easy call. Just go for that first turret. I think it was a bit of a misplay to prioritize the recall, whereas they should have started sending people up to assist the Jax up against in that top lane. Because the Jax is going to get it though if he stayed. The first turret was going to go dive if he didn't stay.
First tower of the game, though, goes on over to ISC, so they're able to equal out the gold total at 25,000. Rift Herald, though, does go on over to MME, and they've been liking to play pretty aggressive here. Oh, that damage! Gets the shield and the heal. Cathian Rain, and again, a super late ultimate coming in. Oh, just surviving with the... Oh, my lord. Darks picks up a shut down. These fights are so messy, Grandin.
So, you know who I can't give MVP to now anymore, right?
No.
The cow.
I'm sorry. Aimed, yeah, again, using that ultimate so late.
150 health. Has Ignite. Also, prior to that fight, he missed his combo because of the Janna tornado. His headbutt got interrupted by the tornado, and because of that, he didn't even manage to get the combo off. No CC available. No ultimate used up to the very end of that fight. Didn't use his Ignite as well. If Ignite was on the Janna, Monsoon came in, the True Shot Barrage would have been a kill. That was an utter misplay from the Alistar there.
Let's take another look here towards
Right, so this is where he comes in. Headbutt gets intercepted by the tornado, so no more CC. A lot of damage coming out. They pop out a Q. That's a good pick off early. Wait so late. Opposite hit the ward first instead of ulting. Ignite on Janna would have killed her. Ignite on the Kalista arguably might have been able to put it into range against the Ezreal, but there we go. There we go.
Oh, Realm Warp coming up toward that top lane. Marsh is going to try and get to safety. Rune Prison going to keep him locked down. Counter-Strike also going to keep him set up. Not able to land the Resonating Strike, though. That Aatrox should be able to get to safety. Does he stick around? There is a rotation coming out from Kenji on the Azir. Wants to try and possibly go for a fight. Still be a 2v3, and that Ryze is almost 2 players, too. That's almost a 4v2 as far as power goes. Because this is also Luden's Echo Rush on the Azir. You're looking for poke damage. It's not sustainable damage. You're really relying on repositioning your soldiers somehow during the fight while you have lethal tempo, and that can really not pay off too often.
I agree with you, and the way that Azir is building right now is going to take a while to get to a point where Azir does reliable damage. Well, down into the bot side once again, they're looking for even just CS at this point. A fight is probably a little bit too unpredictable for ISC. So MME want to go for the aggressive play, want to just pick up the CS as much as possible. Level 11 on the Kai'Sa as well, pumping in a lot of stats. 3, 1, and 2 on that Janna. Look at that gold difference. 5,000 gold to Janna.
1,500 gold on your support against the other support. You know, that's almost another support item. That's how cheap that is.
Absolutely.
It's also Infernal Drake, too, and the fact that they were able to secure the mid lane and bot lane tower, MME should have the capabilities to actually push for this Infernal, but there's already 5 members of ISC here. Do they try and go for a play? Darks is able to get the Cathian Rain. Dragon resets. Cataclysm, though, gets onto 2 members, and Kenji's able to find the kill. Rest of the team able to get back to safety. The flash on forward, though, is going to be traded a 1-for-1. Alistar going back on over, but the rest of MME, now the Rise is joined in on the fight. On top of it, the Jax, and now ISC have to start running. Aim's trying to get back to safety. Leap Strike, though, is going to connect, and it's just a messy cleanup. They are able to take down Kerprit. Once again, though, it's a 3-for-3, and no one secures Infernal.
Arguable play coming in from MME's Jax as Zayd went for the Alistar, whereas there was an easy opportunity to keep the Rise alive, go in for a couple more kills. ISC had a terrible turn of luck there. The Dragon reset when it was down to the bare amount of health, down to 1 bar.
Teleport, that's the Azir going to rejoin in. They also have teleport available for Marsh as well. Dragon down to 1,000. It's going to go on over to ISC in the end. Baron's going to be joining us in 30 seconds. So even though they're down about 1,600 gold, they do secure the Infernal, get some extra damage in their pockets. And we kind of saw the ideal team fight for ISC there. You get the Cataclysm, you lock down 2 members, and you let Kenji on the Azir just pump in damage via the soldiers.
Oh yeah, Kai'Sa at that point, I want to say that Kai'Sa actually played out that fight pretty well.
Yeah, Darks has been really good so far.
Yeah, absolutely. Even in that final moment where the Kai'Sa went in and was like, oh, had to go and trade 1-for-1 with the Azir. I was actually pretty okay with that trade because at that point, Kai'Sa was so out of the fight that at least being able to take out the Kai'Sa, the Azir, who has such long range. You know, Azir is never really out of a fight, right? So the Azir was incredibly long range. Kai'Sa being able to get rid of the Azir definitely was, in my opinion, the better play. Yeah, otherwise in that fight, the fact that IC managed to come back to the Dragon faster was a good play from them. But that is what happens when you run triple teleport.
Yeah, they still have teleports available. They would have to go toe-to-toe with the crit. Look at this, though. ISC going to go ahead and get themselves into this mid lane. Now Kanji, this is also a very nice point for the Azir. You're starting to get a little bit extra attack speed available for yourself. You got that Stinger now coming online. You get some cooldown reduction, too, so you can reposition yourself more often during the fights. On top of that, too, once he has the 3 soldiers out, then he's going to get the attack damage. So on top of the attack speed, 21 minutes here, 12-7, only a 1,200 goal lead for MME.
Not all that much.
That's a righteous glory rise.
Oh yeah, I mean,
Kerprit is just gonna run at them. That's the solution. You can't escape, Marsh.
That's a righteous
the
glory.
blue genie's coming, and he's not letting you run away. Maybe he'll let you run away this time, but it gets the ultimate.
Righteous glory there. That's how it is. That's how it is. You come in, you have that kind of damage. Alistar now looking for a play. Hextech Flash coming in.
Oh, they get on behind him. Ain's going to get the knock-up. Teleport's also there. True Shot Barrage. And JV actually going to be the one securing the kill. So they get some gold back onto this Ezreal, now sitting 3-1-2 with a 500 gold bounty.
I'm quite sure what that was. That was weird. The Ryze at this point has not opted for defensive items. Doesn't have the stopwatch. Doesn't have the hourglass. And has been making some very aggressive plays. I was very happy that he managed to 1v1 the Aatrox because that's a clear indication of the win condition that they have. I was not so happy when he stayed when he has no vision of his fights.
Power's going to be taken down meanwhile up in top lane, so that's the third one going on over to MME. Both teams able to secure the first tier tower in mid, though, earlier on in the game, so both jungles can be exposed to wards. MME with a little bit more ward coverage, though, toward the top side of the map into the Baron Pit. 2 minutes onto the next dragon. Still a pretty even game, granted.
Yeah, well, I'm not going to say surprised.
I'm not going to say surprised, but it felt like that there should have been almost a little bit more snowballing on one side.
Yeah. That's exactly my thought. That's my thoughts exactly. So right now in this current game, we are seeing the Ezreal go for that double stack build. Has already completed Saracen Grace, so opting for that defensive strategy, but is now building towards that second.
Did he get the unfortunate interaction where he wanted the Manamune to actually get upgraded, and he bought the Xeraths just a little bit too early?
That might be possible. I'm not 100% sure. I didn't.
Because he doesn't have that on hit damage.
Yes, that is quite massive. Losing out on that on hit damage.
Oh,
is quite massive.
That's unfortunate. So that is something that can happen.
I think it's the item that you buy afterwards.
It depends. So it's actually depending on where the item, I think, is in your inventory.
Really?
So I think tiers get checked, and the first one from left to right gets the upgrade. So maybe it was just a little bit of a mistake there. I couldn't tell you to be sure. I know it's been a common debate among the casters how that should be interacting, but you know, having the Xeraths and not the
right, either way.
Yeah.
You know, that's not the main point is he doesn't have his Manamune.
Yeah.
His Muramana, right? Where's that damage? He's lacking damage right now. He's at the same point as Kai'Sa, but Kai'Sa does infinitely more than the Ezreal at this point. That's not what's supposed to happen.
He does have some decent amount of damage, though, from the AP scaling in the kit.
Right.
So if he's able to get a true shot barrage through the entire team, then it's worth.
Good Baron steals, possibly
too. But that constant damage from the Mystic Shot, he's not going to have during these fights until he gets that upgraded. Here, 24 minutes. Next dragon just spawned. Zay's able to secure the scuttle. So we'll have that if a fight were to break out. Decide, hey, I want to go up toward that top side. Could have went over the wall with the leap strike.
Very greedy play here. Where's the Cataclysm?
Yeah, here's the thing, though. ISC, they hold on to the Cataclysm. Pings, though, coming out. They're immediately going to go for a call here onto the Baron. Teleport's going to bring back the team. MME just going to go ahead and rush this one down. True Shot Barrage almost takes down one. 8-2, but it doesn't matter. The Kai'Sa will secure it. And in the end, MME are going to be able to find themselves another kill down toward the Dragon and get themselves a quick Baron.
That is a heart-wrenching moment when they kill the Lee Sin and almost get the Baron. I honestly want to see a replay of how low the Baron gets at that point, because my God, was that close.
As a consolation prize, they will at least get themselves their second Elemental Drake of the game. But now Baron is secured for MME. It's still a bit early into the game. Those early Barons, they don't super swing things into one team's favor unless they're able to continue to find pressure. And without that Lee Sin too, they gotta have to hold up until he respawns.
Yeah, I think it's a two-camp kind of debate for what first Baron is, because there's some people that believe that, you know, first Baron kind of dictates the game, because when we look at some of the other major regions like the LCK, the LPL, the Baron, when they use it in such a tactical fashion, is able to generate a lot of returns, right? Whereas when you look at the well, not the LCs, right? When you look at the LST, pretty similar name, LST. The first Baron is just kind of like a teaser, you know. You get the first Baron, you get a 10,000 gold lead, but then one blast code away, and then the game just gets flipped on its head. I
think the bigger issue here for ISC, though, is the fact that this Jax now has come online. You got yourself the Titanic Hydra, you got a Trinity Force. He's also got himself, the Righteous Glory! You can't run away! Even it doesn't matter! It doesn't matter if you have the Emperor's Divide. They don't even care, and 182 will secure the kill. Oh, the Righteous Glory rise.
They missed Sonic Wave. Because we're shot.
Oh boy, go ahead.
Doesn't matter, because you have to he's right into your face, drops the Rune Prison, and you're just stuck.
They just run at you. I know, like, we're with Fun Plus here, so can we yell at Doinby and be like, why did you make this meta? Why is everyone building Righteous Glory now?
Too good.
It's too good.
He got it right.
Let's see here. Oh! The taunt is there! Wow. They're just gonna dive him! Zay, maybe a little too aggressive.
What?
Whoa, he still gets the kill! Marsh, his ultimate did go off. Meanwhile, the turn's taken in mid. Top lane's being pushed in. Oh, Marsh, that's a bit of a misplay there, bud.
This is crazy.
This is massive now. This Jax is gonna freely start pushing it toward the tower.
Madness.
Top lane.
What is the Aatrox building towards?
Are they gonna go for this? Again? Woo! Kicks him away to safety. They do find the kill on Jack. What's going on in bot?
What's going on in this game? Okay, all right. So this is beyond my abilities. What is Aatrox trying to build right now?
So you go.
What's the stopwatch for? GA?
I don't know. He doesn't use his ultimate, apparently, so that might be an issue. Aim's able to get into the thick of things. True Shot Barrage goes through the backside of the team. They're slowly whittling down the cow, though. They're able to trade back one. Caprit's the one down. And here comes Marsh on the Aatrox, chasing after the team. Found one kill. May not be able to find another. ISC, they hold all their inhibitors. That is key. Doesn't mean Super Minion's going to push into the base. Let's check this out. I think Zay's just does not have any respect here for Kanji. Lethal Tempo, yeah, what are you doing?
No, the Emperor's
What are you doing, Zay?
All right. Solid play coming in from the Azir there. Just a very easy kill pickup. It was very aggressive from the Jax. I don't think that was the correct play. But yeah, I am very against the idea of a Guardian's Angel from Aatrox when it is this far behind. There's a lot more he should be trying to do.
He didn't go into the inspiration tree, I don't think.
Right, it doesn't look like the inspiration tree, but then I'm not 100% sure, and I don't see any other reason to have the stopwatch because, you know, what's it supposed to do? It's in fact, it's anti-synergy against your ult if you use it incorrectly.
Well, the idea he doesn't is he avoids using it incorrectly.
Yeah, that's the idea, right?
Leo has his GA completed too, so this Jarvan's just going to try and jump in. There you go. Damage is there. Whoo! True Shot Barrage not going to be able to hit his mark. That's if you were able to hit the full combo on the Ezreal. He still doesn't have the Mirror Mana completed out. So he's still building up on that tier. It's all that AP damage on the W and Q connecting.
Meanwhile, Jax is online up in the top lane, looking to try and set up a push. this is a very smart call. You don't push up past where your team is if you don't have vision. If you know where they are, sure, go for it. But if you lose vision of them, you can't push up past your teammates. That's how it is. Goes to recall at this moment. This is a great decision. Half a minute to Dragon spawns, a minute till Baron spawns.
Has the teleport available, so can look to also push down the bot lane, or maybe just continue in that top lane. Kaprit is actually already down there. They have a teleport available. My big thing for MME here is they don't have a whole lot of vision, though, pushed up in toward that top side jungle. It's been defended here by ISC for the last couple of minutes. So MME, they got to slowly start making their way up with this ward line. And the team's still spread out, so we don't really know exactly what their call is going to be. Dragon does spawn. It is a Cloud Dragon. ISC do have this. We saw what happened last time, though.
I think that MME should just give up on this Dragon and move over to start establishing control around the Baron. It doesn't make much sense to me for them to be posturing around Dragon, so it's good call. So
they might just do it.
Yeah, so it's just Janna looking to establish some control over the Dragon just to give them a little false sense of danger, whereas they start establishing control around this Baron pit.
The thing about MME, you don't really want to fight in these choke points now, too, against the Azir. He has the Loons complete. He also has the Banshees with that Nashers. So if you're in that choke point and all put together, if he gets that piercing damage through with the soldiers, can really chunk you out. They could also look to, hey, they just swap positions. AIM says, I'll go to that side. Say, you come over to this side.
See, what I think is the play. Oh, no.
Oh, no. 1A2.
Oh,
gets
no.
on over. Killer Instinct. Emperor's Divide. Gets him to safety, though, but that is huge. Without the Azir, that is one major team fight player coming over. They continue in onto this dive on the side here. True Shot Barrage able to chunk out 1A2. He still has the GA available. Resurrection's going to come out for Leo. Trying to run for the hills. A Cathian Rain, though, is going to spell the end as they continue to chase. AIM's going to get taken down. And in the end, it is a 1-for-2. And with this inhibitor now exposed, they could try and take this. Kenji, though, wants to defend.
This is interesting. Not sure why they're backing off of this. Baron is available, but I don't think that it's the kind of play that they're looking at right now.
Can be risky. You don't have that Jax available, and you didn't take that inhibitor.
If you had if you had seen ISC drop 3 or 4 members, it makes a lot of sense. But right now, with only 2 down on the side of ISC, this is a questionable play.
True Shot Barrage is available. The Azir is also here. Mystic Shot's only going to go in. Arcane Shift gets chunked out. Their Darks, though. Oh, the 3-man kick, though, is able to land. And they find the Kai'Sa in the end. 1A2 is trying to take the Baron. Did MME just lose out on this game? Once again, we saw it happen last week. No, they turned it around because Kaprit now wants to join. Shutdown goes back on over to the Azir. Trades on back one. It's a triple kill, but Zay has rejoined onto the fight and shuts them down. It's only 1 member strong.
Absolute bonkers. What is going on?
And that is...
Opal, please. Tell me.
I can't fix anything, Brandon.
No, you have to. I can't do that.
So,
all right.
MME, we've seen this happen before. We saw it happen last week. Small indecision making costing them.
No. I think that wasn't indecision at all. They wanted that Baron. They saw the inhibitor. I was like, yeah, you know what, guys?
No, my big thing here is 1A2. Went for the Lee Sin kick, hit 3 members, but then went back to the Baron. The rest of his team was out of the pit.
Oh, that's true. That's
split
true.
Communication between the team that's really starting to hurt them. ISC, they're only down 4,000 gold. But now you have the Muramana starting to come on. You're also going to have a Gunblade with that Ezreal too.
All right.
Kenji has a Rabadons. You can't fight in these choke points anymore against this Azir. And he can join in on every fight because he has that teleport.
So I agree with you, but I don't think that counts as indecision. I think that's just poor team fighting mechanics. So that fight was very messy, but the main part that I think counted was the fact that they had 2 open inhibitors they could have picked up and decided, instead of picking up any inhibitor, you know what? Let's go do Baron, where there's a massive purple worm dishing damage to us while dealing with an Azir who loves fighting choke points against an Ezreal.
Also loves fighting against people with Baron debuff.
Exactly. When you have you have Armor Shred from Baron coming in, Ezreal just does basically true damage. So that was honestly, that wasn't an indecision from them. That was them making the wrong decision. And it's costing them. If they lose the game, I'm going to single out that play as the main reason why they lose.
Because you can't always expect Zay to be able to just clean up the fight.
Exactly.
Caprit, too, was also in a bit of a weird scenario. Kanji, though, once he gets that lethal tempo rolling, now that he has the AP picked up and he has 3 soldiers down on the Rift, you're looking at that 2.5 up to maybe 2.7 attack speed with this build. This Azir, the DPS just skyrockets in late game once you have this Rabadons. Guardian Angels are also going to start coming back online here for the side of ISC. They're waiting about, I think it's about probably 60 to 90 seconds on Leo's on Jarvan. That might be the window here where MME tries to go for a play down bot lane, though. We have, unfortunately, we've seen this before where they don't respect the Azir and Teleport's going to join in on the fight. MME, they don't have the numbers for this.
What even is this play? This is the point. Okay, ISC can do Baron.
Yeah, now they can go for this.
ISC have every right to go for the Baron at this point. They have been kicked, they've been curb stomped, brought to the ground, but now they found an opportunity. The Azir has found his footing in the game.
Look at this, though. They decided to try and chase down 182. Now the pit's a bit of a mess. Caprit's over toward the side. Now they go for the engage, though. Aim's taking damage, but guess what? MME, they're able to somehow find themselves the kills onto multiple targets. Kanji gets jumped on, and this is the power of the Kai'Sa. In the end, though, the Baron does go back on over to the side of ISC. They're going to back, but they're down to only 2 members.
Oh, what was that fight?
Okay, so what MME did during the last Baron, ISC did this time.
All right, so I'm gonna try and illustrate this for myself. All right, so I'm gonna explain this. So Baron pit, right? So Baron, big neutral objective. Yeah.
Yeah.
We have we have a Aatrox chasing Lee Sin, trying to catch him out.
True shot. They come in, they try and jump onto the Kai'Sa. If Darks gets taken down here, at least loses the GA. I don't think the Janna can save the AD carry. Knockup's going to be there. Don't matter. Shut down. Flash on forward here coming out from JB. They want to find this kill.
Guys, chill out. I haven't even had time to do my illustration yet.
Okay. I think the end thing there was Kanji on the Azir jumping out of the pit trying to chase Lee Sin.
Yeah.
If he stayed in the pit, that Baron goes down so much faster. You could see the team, even without him, is able to shred down this Elder Drake now.
So
oh, no. He's going in. He lands the Q. Needs to get in range. Another knockup is there. Elder Drake's going to reset. Marsh not able to get on top of him. 182. A little bit of a play there coming out. Try to get the Dragon Kit with the Resonating Strike combo. Wasn't able to get over the wall, though, as Marsh was just on the edge. Elder Drake for ISC, and with 3 stacks of Elder Drake, too. You had 3 elementals going into this. This Azir doesn't even need to auto-attack you a couple times. He can just chunk you with a Q. Same with the Ezreal, and they want to keep on pushing.
This is big. There's very little that MME can do at this point. They can't straight up fight this.
Oh, no. Baron buff and Elder Drake, MME. We saw it before. They were able to take down the inhibitor towers, but they're not able to finish off the game. Can they make that final stand? Darks goes into stasis, has nowhere to run, though. You got the Janna ultimate coming back on forward. They take down the Azir. Darks is able to do what he can. Needs to keep on kiting on back. Able to survive. It's a double kill over here toward the side. Caprit now joining on in. They get the resurrection. They get the GA popped. Lee Sin needs to land this combo perfectly. Tries to get enough damage. Has that GA available as well. Caprit flashing on forward. And MME somehow, by any way, should not have held the base. Teleport going to top. They could end.
What is going? They're looking to try and end this game off. Rise up to the top side. Has to teleport. The open inhibitor. They have the minion wave pushing in as well.
I don't understand how they held this.
30-second death timers. They're looking to try and end things off.
I think they can end. All the members are here. There should have been no way MME held the base. But somehow, they were able to. They take the Nexus towers, and ISC, they get to watch their base in shambles, and after throwing it back and forth between the 2 teams, MME come out on top.
Yeah. Okay. So I think that was probably the weirdest game that we've seen so far. So to describe it in words, I would say...
I have no words.
I would say that MME took the early game, handed it over to ISC just to see what they could do with it, and then they were like, you know what?
I think ISC also then handed it back to MME, and then MME handed it back, and then ISC tried to end, and then
What?
How do you not win a fight in the base with Baron buff? Multiple
Baron and
GAs
Elder.
and Elder Drake with Infernal on top of that Elder Drake. I don't know. You also have a late game Azir.
So
I think Darks
this-
actually just carried
this
that
game
fight. I think he carried that fight.
is undisputedly I would give this game undisputedly to the Kai'Sa.
Yeah, Darks played very well.
Without a shadow of a doubt, the way that he played out this game from the early game, accrued an advantage. Solid. Goes into the mid game. Dishes out damage when his team is unable to follow through. The Jax actually had some couple good moments where the Jax was doing well, but
You got to punish him a bit because he kept trying to go for this 1v1 on
Exactly.
Kanji in the bot lane.
Yeah.
And it never worked out.
So when the Jax is a little bit inconsistent, Kai'Sa wasn't. End fight, Kai'Sa single-handedly brought the Azir down to 10% health.
Let's take this. Let's take a look at this because this was messy.
Watch this. So Kai'Sa is going to jump into 5 people by herself. Watch the play. Dark is massive here. Goes into Stasis, and that just leaves an easy cleanup for the rest of the team. The kiting come in as well. Dodges away from the Aatrox. Survives this all the way to the end. Gets the shot onto the Ezreal to kill him too. Without a shadow of a doubt, this fight was won on the back of Dark. The rest of it is just easy cleanup, 60-second death timers. You know, it's an easy call for them to. They want to go for the end. They want to go in. They want to jump in. They want to jump to the end, and that's it.
Very nicely done there by Darks.
Yeah.
These games. These games, man.
So I think that does mean that MME are a little bit ahead in the standings right now.
Yes. So with that, they go to a 2-2 record. Apologies there. Yeah, they go to a 2-2 record. ISC, they go down to 1-3.
Yeah, so ISC is a little bit of a tougher situation right now. They've lost a couple of their games, and it's going to be a little bit more difficult for them to try and play things out. If we go take a look back at the damage dealt, oh wow, 30,000 damage coming from the Rise, 27, almost 28,000 damage coming in from the Kai'Sa here. Look a little bit back at the kind of objective game. MME have lost a lot of these neutral objectives, but they picked up a lot more turrets, and that's an impressive stat to have for themselves. But still, wow, what a back end.
The big one, I still don't know how ISC lose that fight. Like that's Darks carrying.
Darks.
I get it's Darks to carrying, but like, you had Elder Dragon, you had everything. And both teams, I felt like don't deserve the win here. But in the end, of course, it's going to be Darks there taking home the MVP.
Yeah, bringing it home with 32% of this kill participation, 713 damage per minute, 8-4 and 8 KDA. I have to say, Kai'Sa played that game pretty well. I feel like Kai'Sa is probably the most reliable in this game. She didn't make Darks didn't make the most hyper plays except for the very end, but at the same time also didn't make a lot of mistakes. So it has kind of gone back and forth. The game is a little bit awkward was a little bit awkward at some points, the way that some of the Baron fights went out, the way that some teams were chasing for a couple of kills, and it was a little bit unfortunate the way that the game ended, because I didn't feel like that was a very resolute end. I didn't feel like the teams really looked like they deserved it at that point. It just kind of came down to it. As we get ready for our next game coming in with DM versus XF on our broadcast, and on the community broadcast, it will be HG versus XSW. So if you guys are looking to check out any of the games there, you guys can go to the community cast, or you can come back after a quick break. We'll be right back, so don't go anywhere, guys.